Hey everyone, it's Lainey. Welcome back. I have this really cute Candy Hearts die set from Lawn Fawn, and my dear friend Rachel from Daily Creations sent this over to me for Christmas because I didn't really have much of a Christmas. So this was a wonderful surprise that arrived on a day that I really needed a surprise. So we are going to be creating, and it has a really cute example on the back as well. But I will link this down below for you along with everything else I am using today and the colors that I've pulled. These are Concord and Night cardstock, and I am going to do a gradient. And we're going to use all of the hearts. So we've got 6 hearts, and we're just got to get these cut out in 2s basically. And I do have some little snippet tools because they are attached. And I really don't mind how these are attached because it's such a thin piece of metal to cut. And it doesn't go flying off and getting lost. So let me cut these apart real quick, and then we will get them cut out in our colorful pink cardstock. Okay, so what we've got here, I've got an I love you, cutie, smile, XOXO, hugs, and then a plain heart. And they all have the stitching detail. So what I need to do is just trim my cardstock down so it can fit in my mini die cutting machine, which I love. And just because it's not big, bulky, heavy, it doesn't take up as much space, obviously. And it fits right on my glass mat. So I just really love the size of this thing. So let's see here. We got to think of the order. So, I was thinking something like this, 2, 2, and 2. And then, you know, where to put the plain one. I'm thinking at the bottom. So let's pull these. What 2 bottoms do I want? Okay, I want the plain one at the bottom, and maybe XOXO. Okay. I just wanted to pick out the particular phrase to be next to the plain heart. So that's kind of what I was thinking about there. Just personal preference, because once they're cut out in this color, they're cut out, you know. I'm going to use my, I was going to use my poker tool, but it looks like I didn't really need it. And now we've got the little X and O's to pop out. So, that's really cute. I didn't even think about using the cutouts for the hearts. So that is nice to have as well. Oh, I love this color. All right, I'm going to continue to cut the hearts out in the other 2 shades of pink. Okay, so I've got them all cut out, and I'm popping out the little phrases as well. This one, the U. Okay, there we go. So we've got all those little phrases. That is so cute. Alrighty. So now let's bring in our panel here, and this is a A2 size, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and our card base is the same size, but I know that I'm going to trim this down. But first, let's place the die cuts on here and kind of see how much room we have to play with. Oh, I love it. This color palette, so cute. Okay, so I'm definitely going to want to trim this down a bit. So let me bring in my paper trimmer. And I want to trim it down just so when we glue the panel to the card base, there's a margin of white space. I just visually like how that looks. I do that for just about every one of my cards. So let's go ahead and move these aside now that we've got that visual and placement, and bring in the paper trimmer. All right, so we want to trim this down to 3 3/4, probably by 5. Let's kind of see how 3 look. Let's trim it down a little bit more. Well, no, maybe we should just leave it. I really think I want to trim it down a little bit more though. Okay, so it's measuring at 5. Let's go, let's just remove 1/8 of an inch off the top. And okay, yeah, I like that a little bit better. So now that we've got our panel cut down, I did bring in an embossing folder from Spellbinders. I think it'll be too much because it's another heart. What is it called? Heart and Soul. I used it, oh, I have a card right here actually. I used it for one of my Advent calendar cards. You see the hearts? And then I even embossed this as well. How cute. I don't know. Let's just emboss it. Let's just emboss it. If it's too much, then I can just cut my panel back down, and then I can save this for another project since, you know, Valentine's Day is around the corner. I bet I could use this for something else. So I'm going to line that up, make sure it's straight because it's already cut down, and, well, you want it straight regardless. So let me run this through my Spellbinders Platinum 6 off camera, and then we'll start building this card. Alrighty, let's reveal the embossed. It didn't have a lot of pressure, but it definitely embossed it. I was kind of worried about that. Alright, so let's lay our hearts down and see how I like the hearts in the background. I do. Now I'm thinking I want to elevate my hearts, even though there is a phrase in the center of most of them. Thinking about bumping them up. And then what about a phrase or a sentiment? I'm wondering, I may have to pull some other supplies. So, because we've got all of these cut out, it would be cool if we had XOXO maybe in another pink color glued on top of that one. That would be kind of cool. Let me think. All right, so I've got this really, I say really thin. It's the thinnest foam tape that I have for the pop dots here. And I'm using adhesive or non-stick scissors so that they don't get all gunky from the adhesive. And let's just see. I think this will work. Okay, I'm going to bring in some smaller scissors and just apply this adhesive tape to all of them. And this Concord and 9th cardstock is quite thick, so it's still durable even because we've got that gap, you know, where the text is. So don't worry about that. I also am bringing in this wider foam tape from Hobby Lobby to use for my panel. But this, again, is from Dollar Tree. So let me just foam tape everything up, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so let's move all of our pieces aside, bring in our panel, magnetize that down, and Did I call it a panel? Card base, whatever. Let's apply the panel and get it lined up. Okay. Press down, and then our candied hearts. I guess it really doesn't even need an additional sentiment. If you didn't want, you could kind of just leave it as is, or, you know, add some embellishments around to kind of give it some more sparkle. But let's see, let's start with this heart here. And I placed them all on my panel just to kind of make sure that I was aligning things where they should be. Okay. And we'll just do one row and then move on to the next row, just to keep things aligned the best that I can visually. Okay, I like it. I think it is so cute. Let's move those magnets and pick this up here and get a better visual of that dimension. So cute. So cute. So I also pulled this from Concord and Ninth. It's got the X's and O's, a heart, and then love you. I was kind of thinking about layering this. Like, not sure how it would look, but I'm thinking it would be cute. So let's cut it out in white and just see. Yeah, let's cut it out in white and see. I was kind of thinking silver, but I think white would be a nice touch. Because I don't want to take away from the pink, right? Because we do have a lot of color. We've got 3 different shades of pink. All right, so if you caught my card, my arched card from the other day, I messed up and had to do or cut a new card base. So I'm using 110-pound cardstock here, just because it's part of my scraps. And I also want the text to be pretty durable and substantial because it's not going to be on a flat surface. So let's see how this looks. And if I like it, then I'll definitely build it up a couple layers. Let's get that suction back down. I'll definitely cut a couple layers out if I end up liking this. Okay, kind of bent the love up quite a bit. I was kind of rough with it, but let's move these, remove those little centers there, and let's just, oh my goodness, that is cute. Well, it does kind of take away. You can, the other kind of sentiment hearts kind of get lost. Yeah, so that's not going to work. I don't know why I didn't kind of think about that before. But let's just keep playing with it and see if we can somehow make this work. No. So I do have this silver piece here. I'm going to cut the love you back out in this silver. Okay, so we've got the love, and this glitter cardstock is so dainty. It was just a sheet that I think I don't know if I got it from Joann's or Hobby Lobby. I really liked I think it was Joann's. Yeah, it was Joann's. I really, really like the color. But it's just a little bit weird to work with. As you can see here, I'm kind of like peeling those little inner pieces out. Okay. Love you. Man, that is just so cute. I love that pink and that silver and the white. They look so great together. Okay, let me think about this for a moment and kind of see what direction I want to go in, because I cannot make a decision. And sometimes I just need to walk away. So I'm going to go check the pot roast on the crock pot and then I'll be back. Okay, so I made some changes, and really all I did was remove this because I really loved the sparkle of the Love You. I feel like it really breaks it up, and I can add less embellishments. I can go clear and just kind of leave it as is. I don't know. I'm just really loving how this is looking. And then I went through the letters and I just put the XO there. You don't need it there, but I like it. And it's repetitive. It's right there. I don't need it, but I really want to keep it. So we'll see about that. So everything is secured down except the Love You. So let's make that permanent. And all I did was that, oh, let me get a paper towel real quick. Sometimes it usually happens when we're up north, when the glue just wants to kind of bubble out. Usually doesn't happen when we're in the south, but anyways. Well, I guess I will explain myself a bit better for those of you who are joining me for the first time. Since I've gained some new subscribers, since, you know, from the holidays, I live tiny. I live in a fifth wheel toy hauler and full-time. The end of March will be 5 years. We actually moved out of our home. We were living in Spring, which is outside of Houston. We actually started moving out the month of March, and when everything started to shut down, that is when we were actually moving out of our house. And U-Haul even called us and said they needed their U-Haul back because everything was shutting down. And obviously we couldn't give it back to them because we were moving, and we ended up being able to return it and just leave the keys in it. It was such a strange time if you think back to how everything just really just kind of shut down. But we've been doing this for 5 years because my husband travels full-time for work. So I am in the toy hauler part. We've been designing and putting together my new craft space in our new house that we just moved into about a month and a half ago. But yeah, all of that being said, I travel all over the United States. So things change. So when I'm up north, like in Wyoming, there's so much pressure and my glue doesn't like it. And it was just kind of reacting as it does when we're up north. And that was kind of odd. Okay. Let's make a mess here. And okay. So I'm wanting the smaller ones. That's what I'm doing. And let's see. The only thing that I just kind of get so frustrated with are the embellishments when you want them to turn over and they won't. Okay, so I'm going to do a trio. Let's do a dot and a dot and a dot. And then we'll go bump, bump, like so. And then let's get another small one. Boop. Okay. And I just did the boop like Kathy Zolski. It's just kind of difficult not to do, apparently, because that was just kind of involuntary. Okay, that is it, guys. Oh no, I still want to bring in let's bring in these other phrases, because what would be nice, honestly, is if I kind of repeated this pink and brought it down here to balance out the color. And you know what? Maybe we'll just add the heart, because what I've got is I love you and hugs. And I'm not really wanting to add another phrase, right? We've got a lot going on. So maybe we'll just add the heart down at the bottom somewhere. Let's see. No. Yeah, let's just add it right there as like a signature love you heart, right? Okay, so that was pretty much step-by-step the process of me kind of thinking through and explaining to you why I was doing what I was doing. And some things don't have a rhyme or reason. And I say that only because I'm not in design school anymore, and I can do that. In design school, there's a reason for everything, and you have to explain it in great detail and be articulate. And sometimes I just don't want to use all those words, all those design terms for the principles and elements of design. But to keep it brief, we've got dimension, we've got texture, we've got unity and repetition, and I love it. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. I really loved how this turned out, and another thank you to Rachel for sending me this precious die set. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next Card or Craft. Happy Valentine's Day, guys. Bye-bye.